This video is sponsored by Beltline Hobbies and by the Canfield Train and Toy Show, October 11th, 2026 at the Canfield Fairgrounds in Ohio. Hi everybody, it's Chris with the Cloverdale Transit Authority, and today is another unboxing of an eBay find. I've been getting great deals on a few things here and there, but I wheel and deal on it, as I always tell everybody. Hey, make sure you use the best offer option, or find the auctions that have them. So anyway, this is a MTH Railking Pennsylvania O gauge 686 Bantam turbine steam locomotive set, a freight set, and it came with a number of cars, including this really nice caboose that has a detailed interior. I was totally impressed with this. Now, this also came with track and a little MTH remote and everything else, and it has what's called loco sound. We'll get to the locomotive in a minute, but so I just bought. They were offering the locomotive and basically the train. So it did come with that caboose, and it came with this Pennsylvania 3-bay hopper, which is really nice. These are all Railking cars. Not much detail on this. The hatches don't open, but it looks really good. And this set came out in 2002. So it's a little older set, but it's really nice. And I did see that also here included is the boxcar, Pennsylvania boxcar that came with it. And I bought this, back in early February or mid-February, something like that. But my friend Dave from D.A. Griffin Hobby also bought a Railking turbine it's a lot larger than this one. It wasn't as small as the one in the set, but this is perfect for my railroad. But you can go over and check out his video, and you can see it's a big locomotive, and even this semi-scale is fairly big. So, and of course, where all of the instructional data comes from is usually the tender, and this is no different. Has the little umbilical cord that hooks to the locomotive, and tells it all of the things it needs to know. Even though there is, as we'll see in a little bit, there is a circuit board inside the engine that's pretty substantial. So anyway, here's the locomotive. So it is really not much bigger than my post-war turbine, the classic Lionel post-war turbine. And it is all die-cast. And as you're going to see, there are some things that are a little odd with it, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But this is just kind of the unboxing as to what we've got here as far as it came with the set. Again, the set did come with track. It came with the little MTH remote. So anyway, let's take a look at this on the bench. So this has what's called loco sound. It's not PS1, PS2, whatever. It's loco sound, whatever that might be. I don't know. But one thing I can tell you is, and the seller told me this, that there's a little buzz in the smoke fan, and this does chuff. Probably one of the early chuffing action smoke fans. Again, this was from 2002. And as I listened to it, it's not a buzz per se, but it is, there's definitely, the fan motor is definitely whining. So that means that more than likely, at least the first solution is that it needs lubricated. So pretty easy to take this off. 2 screws in the back, 2 screws in the front, and potentially these 2 screws. I don't know. We're going to find out, but we'll take that apart, and then we will we'll take a look at the inside of this, see how easy it is to get to the little fan motor. It's just a little tiny motor. Put a little oil on there and see if that solves the problem. That's the low-hanging fruit on how to fix that. And because people put smoke fluid in here often, it does have a tendency to kind of bugger those up. My Mikado that I got at York, I lost the smoke fan on the second day I had it. Of course, it was a used locomotive, and so the fan has to be replaced. And my friend Kyle is working on that. He's got it. He just has to put the fan in. So anyway, we're going to take this shell off and see if lubricating this fan fixes the issue. So, all right, let me pull the screws off of here and then we'll take a look. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this in here. One thing I see that there's a lot of hair in here. Okay, I don't know if you can see this in here, but so there's the smoke unit. Okay, and here's where the smoke comes out of. Here's the fan, and if I look down inside there, I can see a little, I don't think you can see it, but I can see the spindle that the little fan goes on. So I'm gonna put it on the track here, and I'm gonna plug in the tender. Okay, this tender needs to be plugged in. All right, so that's all part of how this thing works. And then I'm gonna, okay, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna hold the microphone up here. All right, you hear that? That is, and you can see the smoke coming out. So that's the fan. I can hear it buzzing. And there also is a buzz. It's in that, but there is a buzz in the speaker. That's interesting. There is a buzz in the speaker. That I can also hear. That's in the tender. So that's another issue we've got to solve with this. So, all right. So let's turn that off. And then we're going to take a little bit of our lubrication oil. And I'm going to try to get this just a little tiny bit of that oil on that fan. And all right, so let's see what we can hear. But I am getting a little buzz in the tender speaker. So that's coming from somewhere else. And I don't know if I'm going to let that bother me or not, because I'm just lazy, but that almost sounds like a little ground wire that's not sitting just right, and that could come from a lot of different places. But let's hear if we can hear this little fan motor spinning again. Okay, one thing I will tell you, when I turn the power up beyond a certain number of volts, I don't hear that buzz in the tender anymore. But I'm still hearing I'm still hearing this fan. This fan is very loud. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. You know, I got a little bit of oil down in there, but it doesn't seem to be doing any good. So, second easiest solution is to put a little more oil down in there. All right. And hopefully it's getting down in the right spot. If not, we're gonna see if we can't take this
off of that motor a little bit, you know, because this unit should just lift up off of the motor. All right, let's give it a little more power again. Boy, now if you can hear that in the mic again, it's loud. So, all right. So what we're going to do here is we are going to well, at least one thing we know about the tender is once we have it above a certain voltage, it stops buzzing. But let's take a look here and see what's going on. So one thing, just going to point out right in there, there's a little tiny bit of that fan drive shaft that I can see in there. Sorry, I had my hand in the way. So in truth, if this lifts off of there, you should be able to get at the oil a little bit better. But that being said, I'm going to try to get it in there, right there. So I've got it from above. Now I'm getting it from below. And now we're going to have to hook this back up again. Get the tender hooked back in there. Alrighty. Get that in there. And now let's see if getting oil in the second spot on this thing does any good. Here, hang on. Still hearing it. It's a very loud fan. That is really weird. Well, it may be that the fan is going to go at some point. There might be just some dirt in there. I don't know. See, I'm grasping at straw. I'm grasping at straws at this point. I've lubricated everything that I think I can lubricate at this point. I've done the drive shaft, or the little spinning shaft from above. I've done it from here underneath without taking the whole thing apart. And I know that I've seen some people say, "Hey, if you take this apart, you know, you'll be able to lubricate it." And maybe that's the case. Maybe I do need to take it apart to lubricate it, which means I'm going to have to take all of this off. But I don't think I can get this out of this housing. I don't know. Maybe if I take the circuit board off, I'll be able to get it more of the housing. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Let me do a little investigating here, because I'm working in the dark, just like anybody who's watching this. Maybe there might be somebody out there who says, "Oh no, I'm not working in the dark. I know exactly what you ought to be doing." I'm going to comment on it and tell you. But let me take the circuit board off the top and let's see if I can see something down in there that I'm not lubricating at this time. Okay, so here's an update. I took this apart here, could not see any place to lubricate this that I couldn't already get at before I removed it. So, the question is, has this been run for a while? And I don't know the answer to that. I mean, it hasn't been run here. So the question is, will we find out if running it for a little while longer kind of loosens up any dirt? I even blew down into the hole there, just put it up to my mouth and blew down in there to see if I could dislodge any kind of dirt or what have you. So we'll see. It is very loud. At least when I turn it up, the tender stops buzzing. So Yeah, well, we'll see. Put the shell back on it. We'll give it some runtime and find out what gives. So anyway, that was a little a little maintenance that we tried that we didn't succeed at. So we'll find out if giving it some throttle time kind of cleans that up and gets the lubrication down in there. But I did lubricate it from the bottom and from the top, and we're not getting any we're not getting any solution to this loud fan. So we'll find out. A little bit of throttle time and we'll see. Okay, well, you can't really hear the little buzzing of the fan over this, but man, I'm telling you what, does this thing smoke? I mean, it really smokes. You can see it in the room. Wait till this sucker comes around the corner. Man, okay, well, hey, I guess that worked out all right. So there you go. The only thing I don't like is I don't like the horn, or the whistle. Blow the whistle as it comes around the corner. I would love to be able to put a better circuit board in here with a better whistle. It sounds like somebody just pressing a key on an organ. Whatever. So anyway, well, so that's how you fix the smoke fan. And I'm just waiting for the smoke detector to go off in the house. All right, well, hey, if you like this video, click on like and subscribe and the little bell to be notified when we have other videos that come up. Appreciate the support, and we'll catch you on the next video.